name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So this is the video I wanted to make yesterday. When I was looking at what I normally do is, the night before or the morning of that I make videos, which is every day. I look up, I do a Google search for Doctor Who, and I look up news. So this article jumped out at me. And it's something that I was actually really quite psyched to a thing. I thought about thinking about did this on Friday or Saturday night, and then of course everything got subsumed with the release date and a few bits of glancing information about the new season of Doctor Who coming on Halloween. So yeah, I had to look at so I really had to address that. Look at the trailer. Which was like, how cheap was that? It filmed on a set. It was like, I didn't think you could get much cheaper than like Night of the Doctor, which was freaking awesome. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Imagine being cheap without talent. But something that really missed me about that whole thing, and this is the last I'm going to be talking about that for a while, is the scheduling. I didn't see the time it was coming out. 8:30 at night, which for me in Israel is 10:30. So if I was to review it on the night, it'll be, so it finishes at 9:30, which would be 11:30. I'd have to find a way of, something really annoying? I have to find a way of reinstalling iPlayer onto my iPad. I was using my dad's account. My dad, bless him, was brown bread a few years ago, right? But I was using his, his iTunes account because he's based in England, so to get it, and I can't remember his password. But anyway, I'm like thinking, so it's gonna be like before I start, it'll be like 11:30, 12. I think the review, the recap and review is going to be on Mondays. I'm going to do Doctor Who Gives a Flux, which is the ongoing joke. Doctor Who Gives a Flux recap and review. I will watch it so you don't have to. It's going to be awful. Okay, I mean maybe it's not, but like the chances of it not being awful are very small, very, 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 very small indeed. But the interesting thing is 8:30. Now the only demographic that Doctor Who has done well in this era of Doctor Who has done not disastrously bad in, let me rephrase that, hasn't done disastrously bad in, is dealing with connecting with younger children, right? 8:30 at night, they're going to it's a school night. They're giving up on that demographic, so it's going into like the more adult Ridley Road slot. And okay, is it being scheduled for destruction? Right? Is that what's going on? I don't know. It seems weird. I mean, who knows? Who knows the insanity that goes on? But that's all aside. So the video we're doing today is I actually found much more interesting is. What I call a bit of irony. Russell T Davies valiantly defending the BBC, saying it's not woke and elitist and all the things that's happened to make the British public absolutely hate the BBC. The things that have destroyed the BBC are exactly the things he's saying the BBC aren't, which is interesting because the reason he's come back to Doctor Who is because the BBC policies have destroyed the BBC, right? So it seems a strange position today, but as I think Russell T Davies himself would say, none so queer as folk. So what I think is going on is this: there's a difference between one's instinct and one's intellect, and they oftentimes I think when you have a schism in life, when you have some this. When you're torn in two directions, it's when your intellect tells you one thing and your instinct tells you one thing. So instinctively, he believes all this stuff. I think he's instinctively he understands how much Doctor Who has failed and the BBC has failed. Intellectually, that means saying that he's been wrong about a lot of things, right? He's been wrong about some very, very importantly held political opinions to him. And so I think we'll read it together. Work out. Can you hit the subscribe button? That'll be free. I'm 5 minutes in. I haven't even asked you to do it. Can you hit the subscribe button? Can you hit the share button? Look, ever since my Indiegogo closed, I just forget to plug stuff. Right? I really gotta stop my Substack. So I just put that routine in. Hey, can you hit the like button? That'll be very nice. Thank you very much. Can you hit the share button? That's also very nice. I mean, when I say it's very nice, I actually mean it, right? It's amazing. People say thank you very much. No, I'm actually thanking you. Thank you genuinely. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. And that's all I got, right? That's all I got right now. I don't have anything else to plug, which is again weird as hell to me. But yeah, what can you do? Fine. So let's have a look at this article. So look, Russell Davies, I think, on a very core intellectual level, has to hate the Tories. Oh, the Tories are bad. Which, yeah, so it's interesting to me. It seems to be that the left wing and right wing doesn't really mean anything anymore. So I think it's more establishment people, right? I think that's more the division, because in America you have a left wing that is in complete power and is completely insane, right? Completely insane. The Democratic Party, and you got a right wing party, the Republicans, who are completely ineffectual, right? Utterly useless, right? Just completely useless. Now, in the UK, it seems to be the opposite. You've got it seems to be a completely ineffectual right wing that has total power, right? The right wing in England has complete total power, and the left wing is in disarray and in complete confusion, right? I think it's the same. I think, yeah, they're relatively strange mirror images of each other. Now, although they're both experiencing exactly the same thing, which makes me think left wing or right wing just doesn't mean a thing. But anyway, so Russell Davies on a intellectual level knows he has to hate the Tories. I think it's something that's I just think it's an intellectual position that you if you're gay and you're prominently gay, you have to be you have to be anti right wing, whatever it is. That's it. Which is weird, because it's just weird that you take something like someone's sexuality, which should, I think, equally affect people regardless of their political worldview, right? Like I think if you look at the gay population, they're probably they would normally, I think, be split between left and right wing. I mean, I don't know the demographics of it, right? I do not know the demographics of it, but I do know used to be when Russell Davies was running Doctor Who, that didn't matter. You had like Gareth Roberts, who's very right wing. He's a very Terence Dixy kind of guy, writing happily. Again, go back further, you had Terence Dix and Barry Letts, who are very opposite ends of the political spectrum, but they looked at the humanity of each other. Anyway, so yeah, we live in a polarized time. So that's what I think is going on here. But it's just like Russell mate, everything you don't like that she's saying is exactly the reason you are back making Doctor Who, right? Exactly the reason Doctor Who. But let's read it, and we'll go through it as we go. Russell Davies, Doctor Who writer, brands Nadine Dorris a effing idiot. Now, I don't know anything about Nadine Dorris. I really don't know much about British politics. I know everybody hates Boris Johnson, right? He is not popular. And I don't know if he's doing a good job, bad job. It looks to me he's doing a pretty darn bad job. But as I said, Labour is in complete disarray. And honestly, the only reason I would have voted Tory in the previous elections is because of Jeremy Corbyn, who was not just anti-Semitic, but so insanely anti-Semitic, he made Labour into an anti-Semitic party, which is just terrible, right? Again, I've always been like right of centre. Most people think they're centrist, but I've been right of centre. I believe in there being a social net, right? I was listening to an interview from of Margaret Thatcher this morning. Just came up on my Facebook feed, which was really fascinating. In today's universe, she would be, I don't know. She was talking a lot about social conscience, social programming. What's the point of freedom without liberty, right? And things I really, really, very strongly believe in. Man, but it's so incongruous for today. But anyway, so I think, again, we're talking on tribalism. So everything as anger boils over BBC Future. Look, the BBC Future being in doubt is the BBC's fault. 100% the BBC's fault. We begged them. I personally, everybody on the fan, begged them, stop with this nonsense. There's a reason the EastEnders is getting under 3 million viewers, which is a disgrace in of itself. And they just spent, 30 million building a new set or something ridiculous. So Doctor Who and It's a Sin writer warned that government wants to control culture. No, they want to stop. Well, they probably do. But what? So I think you're more complaining about they want to stop you controlling culture. Because what has you controlling culture done? I mean, your side of the political aisle. You made awful Doctor Who. That's really what. No, but also we destroyed the world. Okay, listen. There are inalienable human rights that have been stripped from our population across the Western world to varying degrees, as a somewhat as a reaction to Corona, but I think much more as a reaction to people wanting power. It certainly seems to me what's going on in Australia, which is every day it gets more horrifying, right? It gets more and more horrifying. There is no freedom of speech there in Australia, or freedom of bodily autonomy. It just blows my mind. Anyway, but yeah, listen, you guys have controlled culture, right, for a long time, and you've destroyed the world for it, right? I would say, every bit of misery and death coming out of Afghanistan is entirely through your control of culture. Your side of the political. I mean, like, we had all the BLM riots over there, and that was fine, right? That was fine. Your control of culture was like, that was wonderful. Oh, what a wonderful expression of freedom, this violence, and threats against, the civil, officials. Isn't that wonderful? However, another result of Corona is parents were stuck home with the kids, and they kind of heard what they were learning in school, and they said, "This is racist, evil garbage, right? What the hell?" And they went to all these school board meetings, and they're raising hell. I mean, like, this deeply sexually explicit books telling you how to have like anal sex. Quite frankly, listen. Each your own, mate. Each your own. It's one of the few things. That and gambling are the two main vices that have always been like, yeah, no, thank you. Ew. Gambling is like, do you have any idea what you have to do to get money? It's a lot of work, right? I'm not going to risk that. Freaking anything. And anal sex. Yeah, not so. But I mean, I guess if you were brought up as a kid learning about it, you'll be more open, which I think really is the goal. I think, there was all these. I remember there was all these. Who was it? The KGB defector. It's on YouTube. Gave lectures about fourth generational warfare, which is informational warfare, which takes place over decades, where you demoralize the children of a nation. You do it for several generations. We're looking at exactly that, right? Again, all because of your control of culture. BBC screenwriter Russell T Davies launched an astonishing attack on new culture secretary as he criticised the threat to public funding of the BBC. The biggest threat to public funding is losing the love of the public, right? That's the threat. Speaking to this is iNews, the celebrated dramatist claimed that Nadine Dorries, again, she might be, who was appointed in the Prime Minister's recent reshuffle, is a effing idiot. I mean, she might be, but I think Piers Wenger is clearly an effing idiot too, right? And when the government wants to control culture, again, it was fine having independent control of, not having governmental control of culture when culture had diversity in it, right? When entertainment had any form of diversity. It doesn't. It's a monoculture, and I think that's probably why this is happening. In a sign of discord between Mrs. Dorries and the many insects that she must now navigate, Mr. Davies swore as he spoke out on the behalf of the national broadcaster. Again, mate, have you seen Doctor Who recently? I don't think you wanted to come back, but I don't think you had any choice. Blimey, these are two different pictures of her. There she looks 107, and here, I mean, I wouldn't say like, insanely hot, but doable, right? There she look okay. For want of a better word, I apologize to anybody who finds that offensive, but I don't know how else to do. I mean, seriously, here she looks like a human being. There she looks like a troglodyte from hell. Okay, I don't know what. I don't know what the truth is. He wants to control it inner side. Okay, fine. He also hit at Miss Dorries' over recent claims that BBC is staffed by people whose mum and dad work there and are guilty of groupthink. They are absolutely guilty of groupthink, okay? They are. How many pro-Brexit people are there working the BBC? Yes, that many, right? Zero. Or at least people who are allowed to say they're pro. How many pro-Trump people? Like, newsrooms should have been split evenly. They weren't. It's a monoculture. I don't know how on earth anybody argues against that, right? Really? They are guilty of groupthink. And now, with the nepotism, mum and dad work there, I don't know about that. Seems reasonable, doesn't it? I'll be like, oh, well, that would make a lot of sense. You know, it seems to be like the sort of thing that would result in the disaster that is the current BBC. Mr. An outspoken critic of BBC was appointed the Culture Secretary of the reshuffle last month in a move widely perceived to be an escalation of the government's so-called war on woke. Again, listen, I don't know about Boris Johnson, right? I would like there to be a war on woke because I think woke is evil, right? I think woke is... I don't think having... liberal progressive values is evil, right? We should all be able to have our own values. That's fine. I think it's the suppression of any other value system, which is what the woke do. Because honestly, bottom line, why do they suppress everything else? Why won't they have a conversation? Why won't they have any dialogue? Why don't they like freedom of speech? Why are they fascists? Because their ideas are garbage. That's why, and that's why they won't. They will not have any discussion of them. It's just graceful. Before her appointment, she criticized the public broadcaster for favoring what she said were very left-wing, openly hypocritical and frequently patronizing views. I think that's a reasonable statement. I really do. I mean, very left-wing, openly hypocritical and frequently patronizing views. Well, man, that does seem like a reasonable description of Doctor Who, doesn't it? Just Jim's Doctor Who. Very left-wing, openly hypocritical. Yeah, like, oh, when anybody needs help, I'm always there to help them. Unless they voted for Trump or Brexit, then they're scum! Very hypocritical, right? Yeah, everybody is valid apart from somebody who disagrees with me. And frequently patronizing. You can save planets or you can wreck them. Does this ring any bells to anyone? In separate remarks, she suggested that left-wing snowflakes were destroying culture. I agree! And again, I agree to the extent I don't understand any argument against this whatsoever. And I understand, Russell. I want to be very clear. I am really, really excited about him coming back to Doctor Who, right? I still think, even though on an intellectual level he is on board with this insanity, right? He's completely on board with it. I think on an instinctual level he wants to save Doctor Who, and he is an instinctual writer. And I think the only times he isn't is where the least instinctual he was is Years and Years, right? When it was fueled by his delusion that the world will be destroyed by politics he didn't like. Turned out world's being destroyed by politics he does like. So, and again, I would love to see some kind of commentary on that. I mean, beyond the need of being mea culpa, I'm right, you're wrong, right? Really beyond that. I think there's a real artistic thing to talk about that, like having say, wow, everything didn't work out right. I mean, I would like to hear Dave Chappelle talk about that, Russell D. Davies, very honest, intelligent voices, dealing with these things in a real world. Yeah, and I think that'll be absolutely fascinating. I think probably where we're going over the next decade in terms of culture, because this is going to have a lot of fallout, right? Again, if anybody thinks this is as bad as it's going to get right now, and it's unbelievably bad, right? It's just in my opinion. I believe it's going to get a lot worse, right? I don't know when. I think soon. But I've been saying that for ages. I've been saying that. Honestly, I thought it would happen a few months ago. Things will have completely fallen apart. But I was wrong there, clearly. But I don't know. I just don't see this being sustainable. Since taking office last month, she ramped up pressure on the BBC, even in question whether it should exist in 10 years' time. 10 years' time? I don't think it should exist next week, frankly. And saying that it needs to be less elitist and snobbish. Yes! Piers Wenger. Okay, here's a hint. It's elitist and snobbish. The person in charge of programming, drama programming, is called Piers. Really? Yes. Salt of the earth Piers. Yeah, that you often see a Piers working on a market stall, don't you? Go on, Piers. Get your apples and pears here. Piers is better. No, it's elitist and snobbish, and today being elitist and snobbish means you've got to be a racist, like a race, and it's even worse than being a regular racist. I would rather have the old-fashioned KKK racists who I hate you because you look different. No, they are better than today's racists that say, oh, we got to stop. I hate white people because they're racist. No, that's racist too, you bloody morons. Oh, bloody hell. At the Attitude Awards in London last night, Mr. Davies' frustration appeared to boil over. What are the Attitude Awards? No, a second. I think this is. It sounds like some LGBTQ plus award, right? That's what it sounds like. Let's have a look, see what this is. Attitude Awards. Proceeds from Attitude Awards go towards helping students who live with disabilities study for a role in media. I guess I support. You gotta be a bit of a dick to be like, oh, well, see it. I'm on the wrong one. Co.uk. Let's see if this one is any different. There you go. It's Michael. We value your privacy. No, you don't. Leave me alone. But who are you? Okay, Attitude Awards. Is there an about here? Opinion. New. What is this place? Okay, looks like a magazine, right? Michael on friendship with Adam BD and why LGBTQ ally must speak out. Yeah, look, this sounds like a weird transy award. Okay, I don't know. I've never heard of it. Yeah, this looks kind of gay to me. Kind of gay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay. So really, Miss Ava's frustration appeared to boil over when it was asked about Mrs. Doris' suggestion the BBC was elitist. Your boss's name is Piers, for God's sake. The EastEnders is getting under 3 million because it's elitist. Because you have this elitist crap that the new elitist model is to say the establishment is bad, and the people telling you that is the establishment. It's a new level of control that the establishment is putting on you, and you're like, yep, give me some of that. The woman's an idiot, a big effing idiot. I can imagine him saying that. He added, I'm here to talk about the threat to public funding and the threat to public service broadcasting. Again, the biggest threat is to the BBC is the BBC. The biggest threat is that they lost the support of the British public. That's the biggest threat. And they've lost the support because it's too woke. I'm sorry, Russell. I know you don't like to believe it, but again, look at your job title. That proves inextricably that it is too woke, because it destroyed Doctor Who. It destroyed something very, very strong and valuable. Something that you love. Something that I love too, right? And it did, because it's too woke. Also, Christmas handling for its government for its handling of Channel 4, which aired its hit series It's a Sin. The threat that Channel 4 is under is even greater. I thought that was an independent broadcaster, right? I just thought that they played commercials and they made money that way. Also, you thought that Channel 4 would be privatized. It's not privatized. It is not private. He said it's doomed. Nothing. It's doomed. Nothing. It's happened. It's a fact. The government has decided. Your loss, my loss, our loss. They'll just give us some more bread and circuses to take our mind off it. Well, you see, this is the problem, and I think honestly, the Let's Go Brandon chants we have in America right now are because they forgot about bread and circuses, right? I saw the trailer for Star Trek Discovery Season 4 yesterday. I'm not watching it. I did when I reviewed it last year. It didn't get any views. Nobody's interested in it. It looks awful. It looks absolutely awful. I think much like most of Star Trek, they've got rid of that final core audience of people that love Star Trek, right? That we've finally gone at this point, and now you just got like what, 27 purple-haired weirdos watching it, and good luck to you, mate. I mean, look, as long as there's no accountability, you'll be fine, right? There's usually no accountability. But yeah, bread and circuses. And that's really something the government needs. They need there to be bread, and so they need there to be entertainment. And one of the major sources of entertainment has gone belly up. Has just decided not only not to entertain the public they're supposed to entertain, but to be actively hateful too. I was going to say antagonistic. No, it's way beyond antagonistic. Actively hateful. Does the government care about culture? He added, I think they care very much about controlling it, probably, but I think I care very much about there not being one outlook, that one worldview that controls it, which is what's going on right now. And I think that's what you're fighting against. They're doing everything in power to change voting rules. Oh, listen, mate, listen, again, I take my cues from the world around me, and I've never thought that I would see such wanton abandonment of rules of government as what happened in America as soon as the left wing got into play. They did everything and anything to force through their agenda, which isn't popular. How do you know their agenda isn't popular? Because that agenda is reflected in the BBC programming, which isn't popular. Oh, reality is reality, Russell. I'm sorry, mate. They're doing everything to get in power and stay in power. Seems to be you're talking about the Democrats in the US. Again, I don't think this is left or right, and I really think this is the paradigm shift we got to look at. If things have changed from to establishment, anti-establishment, or elitist people, right? Okay, Russell, we're on the same side, mate. We are on the same side. It's and again, it seems to be that I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about in a polarized world of everything's broken into sides, that the Boris Johnsons and Tories of the world are on exactly the same side as the Joe Bidens and the Democrats of the world, right? They seem to be exactly the same, right? And also on the side is Labour and the Republicans. They're all on that side. If I could invent any machine, right? I would do some kind of brain scan that anybody has to go through before they go into politics, and any hint of wanting to be in politics would automatically, permanently ban you from politics. That would be great, because I think they're all scum, right? Honestly, that's what I think they are. James also criticized Doris over a claim that there was nepotism at BBC. She talked about BBC having nepotism when she employed her own daughter. Well, how does one thing disprove the other, mate? It seems to be nepotism might be the. Is she employing him as an individual, or did she get a cushy government job? Who knows? Well, I think they're going to explain. Ms. Norris faced criticism in 2013 when she employing her daughter as a staff in a parliamentary office. Okay, so again, if it's bad there, it's bad at the BBC. Is it going on the BBC? Or is he saying, oh no, it's not bad because he did it so we can do it? No! If something's wrong, it's wrong. At the time, she defended Reigns, insisting that it provided value for money and could be relied on. Okay. Mr. Davies' remarks come as the BBC is braced for potential clash with Mr. Davies over the future of the license fee. Scrap the license fee! Yes, defund the BBC. They're going to... Also... Don't worry about Doctor Who. It doesn't belong to the BBC anymore. What Tim Davies has basically done as Director General of BBC is taken all those valuable properties and sold them to BBC Studios. So they don't belong to... Now it's the private company now. They don't belong to you anymore. There are going to be talks about the level of license fee should be set for the next 5 years. Bring it down. BBC is under pressure to make considerable savings following criticism from politicians pushing for a squeeze on its funding. Asked about previous comments he had made. Man, the BBC was so good, right? I'm saying, honestly, it's so sad that this has happened. Asked about the previous comments he had made saying the BBC was under attack, and if the reason he had returned as showrunner Doctor Who, he was said, "I'm always happy to work for the BBC because I love them, and I think everyone should get in there, man the battlements, and fight for the channel." I think he's saying the truth. I think that's a part of the motivation. Wow, that's interesting, right? I thought he came in to save Doctor Who. I think it looks like more is coming in to save the BBC by doing programming that people will like. Maybe, I don't know. We've got another 10-15 this government. There's no shifting them. Well, honestly, shift all of them. There needs to be a new party, right? And need to be, I guess, and yeah. The question is, how do you get an anti-establishment party going? I guess that was what Donald Trump tried to do in the US, and you see what happened. The establishment, in the media, social media, government, everything turned on him, right? Because I think the fault line is elites and versus people. So yes, I'm very happy. A government source told personal and deeply unpleasant attacks like this don't reflect well on the organisation and shouldn't be tolerated. Let him talk, for God's sake. It's obviously not true that BBC is being privatised now or any time in the future. What? How is putting the word "obviously" make it a fact? Really? I think it is. Speaking at a fringe event because of the party conference in Manchester, Miss Dorries had called on broadcasters to become more representative of the people who pay the license fee. I can't disagree with that. Really, and you know, this call for diversity, making screens like 90% black, you know, and again, it makes me have to say, oh no, so many black people on the screen. I don't want to say that. God's sake, I just can't stand the way they use people's skin color as like to show off that they're good people. You're not, okay? You're not. If you want diverse programming, here's what I think the BBC should be doing in terms of diverse programming. They whatever percentage a group is in the UK. Let's say they're I don't know what the demographic is. Like 20% of the UK is black. I have no idea what it is. 20%. Give 20% of the comedy budget or 20% of the drama budget to creators within that demographic, and get actually things organically that are represented, not white people putting black people in front of the bloody camera. Oh God, it's awful. Not awful. Black people in front of the camera. Please don't take me out of context. More than people, as I say, not just people whose mum and dad work there. Yeah, I think that's what I think she's talking about. She also told the Daily Crowd that an organisation needs to be less elitist and less snobbish approach to recruiting staff. Yeah, again, they need to actively recruit pro-Brexit and Trumpers, right? And that way, and live and work together. I mean, hopefully, I'm really hoping Rusty Davies gives Gareth Roberts a script or two for Doctor Who. Firstly, he's very good at writing Doctor Who, but like, it's just I think we need, if I may quote Hillary Clinton, we're stronger together, baby. Right, we're stronger together. Mr. was approached for comment. A BBC spokesman said Rusty Davies is not a member of BBC staff, and these are clearly personal views. They are! Yeah, why does everything need to be, like, belabored and... like, yeah, obviously, he's allowed to talk. He's allowed to have his opinion. He's allowed to say, I think this person's doing a frankly awful job. That's something it's allowed to do. You know, I did a video yesterday on the Dave Chappelle Netflix special, which I didn't think was great, but it was that's not the point. There was... the alphabet community. Well, no, there are some crazies who call themselves the alphabet community are going crazy trying to cancel him again because he made some reference to those activists that didn't put them in the best of light. I think honest. So they're saying, "Oh, it's bigoted," blah 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 blah. But you know, he started the special with a joke which I think is but I don't think it's anti-Semitic. I know is anti-Semitic. There's no question it's anti-Semitic, right? And I did find it offensive. I was personally offended. God bless you, mate. God bless you. People should be allowed to speak. People should be allowed to offend you, right? We got to get out this monoculture. And Russell, mate, Russell, before anybody can get into recovery, you've got to admit there's a problem. And there is a problem. The problem is the BBC just does not reflect the British public. BBC reflects an increasingly small part of the British public. I will say 50%, but I think it's shrinking. And I think you're brought back because of the results of that, right? I 100% think that's what's going down. Having said that, looking forward to your Doctor Who. I hope you don't do anything stupid, mate. Hope you don't do anything stupid. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin. Who am I? The Rabbi from another planet. Thank you. It's always good to remember your channel name when you're putting your end plug in. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin. The Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. Yeah!